Hi everyone, it's me. So today we are going to be taste testing the top British mulled wines to find the best one, but also just because I want to. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alanna and I am a Canadian, but I've been living here in England for over 5 years, which means I've been here for a few Christmases, and one of my favorite parts, aside from all the food, is the mulled wine. Now, of course, I've sampled mulled wine from different places, but I've never tried them all at once, all together. So that is what we are going to do in the name of science. So without further ado, let's go. Now, of course, there's always further ado. If you've been here a while, you already know that. So we are going to be looking at some of the mulled wines from the largest British supermarkets. We're going to look at taste, and obviously these are all going to be heated up, but we're also going to look at cost. And I'm so excited. Now, first up, I thought we would go high end, right? So we are starting with the Waitrose mulled wine. This is almost 6 pounds. It's like $5.49, I think, which is like on the high end. But if it's super good, then maybe it's worth it. So cheers. That's mulled wine, all right. Oh man, if you know me, then you'll know that I just have to look at alcohol and I become intoxicated. So I'm already kind of regretting wearing my light colored jumper. I just thought this would look nice. It's kind of Christmassy, but also we have a lot of very dark red substances around, which probably wasn't a good idea. Anyway, Waitrose, wonderful. Very mulled tasting. It is expensive, but it does taste wonderful. So it's kind of hard to compare just yet because it tastes like a mulled wine. Can you get this cheaper? Definitely, but will it taste as good? That's a good question. Also, shout out my best friend back home. Got me this mug like 10 years ago. It's still going strong. God bless. Let's have one more taste just to be sure. This is good. It's almost a little bit sour, like tart tasting. Let's say Waitrose mulled wine. Let's give it a 3 out of 5 Christmas trees. It's good. It's expensive. So we're kind of, we're a 3 out of 5. Next on our mulled wine adventure, we have Co-op, which shockingly is £4.50. Not a whole lot different from a Waitrose, which I was quite surprised. So for non-Brits, Co-op is it's a grocery store, but it's always attached to a gas station or a petrol station. So you never see like huge Co-ops. They're always kind of like smaller, convenience store almost sizes for some of them. Anyways, yeah, this was £4.50. This is a mug I got from Frankfurt while I was taste testing all their mulled wines. So fingers crossed, this is just as good. Cheers to Co-op. Okay, shockingly, this is very different. I wasn't totally sure if these would all just start to taste the same, and they probably will once we carry on, but the Co-op one is way more cinnamony, and it even says on the front, to heat with more cinnamon sticks. Oh my god. A lot of cinnamon in that, way more than Waitrose. So Waitrose was almost like a tart kind of mulled wine. This is sweeter and it's way more cinnamon-y. Almost too cinnamon-y. Try and say that 5 times fast. Yeah, I like this a lot less. I'm going to give the Co-op mulled wine 2 out of 6 bulbils. Bulbils is really difficult to say and we don't normally say it in Canada. You learn something new every day. It's too cinnamony. Also, can I just say, thank you guys for being here with me this year. If you're returning, hello. If you're new, could you subscribe? I always hate saying that, but it would really help me out if you could subscribe. Cheers. Merry Christmas. Happy mulled wine season. Also, I just realized, okay, rewind in your mind a minute, okay? Waitrose is 11% alcohol. 457 pounds, I think we said. Oh no, it's 5 pounds, isn't it? Alanna, who edits this, will have to put stuff on the screen. I'm really sorry, Alanna. That sucks to be you. Co-op is 8% alcohol, so less, which is interesting. Slightly less money at $4.50, but still pretty expensive. But also, it is wine, right? Like, maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. It is wine. So Waitrose is like I wrote them down. Thank God I wrote them down. Waitrose is $5.49, 11% alcohol. Co-op is $4.50 at 8% alcohol. And now we can finally move on to our third mulled wine. I am sweaty and I am nervous. Don't spill, Alanna. Oh my God. Don't spill. Okay, number 3 mulled wine looks a little bit like this. Why, might you ask? Because this is my own mulled wine. Yes, that's right. I made my own mulled wine. I got 2 of these. If you want to watch that video, you can check it out on my Patreon account. Yes, this is a plug for my Patreon account. Sorry. But I made a video while I made it, and I don't really remember what it tastes like, especially not compared to these. But this will be the most expensive because I had to buy a bottle of red wine, I had to buy a bottle of port, I had to buy the spices and the bottles. So it will be the most expensive. I have no idea what the alcohol percentage will be. All I know is I made it quite strong. So cheers to my own mulled wine. It really is the best one. God bless. God bless me. Yeah, this is fabulous. So a member on Patreon gave me a recipe that their family uses. So I made it. I made a video. It's on Patreon. I think I already said that. And I wasn't really too sure because it's not difficult to make, obviously, but you have to buy the supplies. But honestly, this is way better than Waitrose and way better than Co-op already. It's not too cinnamony. It's quite strong because I didn't really follow the instructions. And I know I put lots of oranges and lemon and all that stuff in it. So I love it. This is also another Frankfurt mug from Germany a couple years ago. I'm just really proud of myself, all right? Look at that. It's beautiful. And it's my own Adventures in Naps wine. I'll be selling it. Just kidding, I will not. Okay, let's get to a rating already. I'm gonna say 7 out of 7 perfect snowmen. You know when you make a snowman, it is just literally perfect. 7 of those. Fabulous. It is expensive. You do have to make it yourself, but it tastes exactly how I want mulled wine to taste. And I think my own mulled wine will be difficult to beat, but we still have a couple left. So let's give it our best shot. Okay, next up we are moving on to red mulled wine, courtesy of Marks and Spencer. Now this is £5, so a little bit more expensive. It is also 11% like the Waitrose one. I got my beautiful A mug. My name's Alanna. If you've never seen me before, if you have seen me before, thank you for coming back. Cheers. Okay, this isn't too bad. It doesn't really taste of any one thing. You know, the Co-op was like really cinnamony. Waitrose was a little bit tart. This Marks and Spencer one doesn't really have like a particular taste. It just kind of tastes like mulled wine. Not particularly crazy interesting. Can I say that? I'm gonna say that. One more. This one's fine. It's fine. It's £5, 11%. Marks and Spencer are good at quite a few things. It's not fabulous. It's not groundbreaking. It's just when you need some mulled wine. Oh, I'm starting to get really sweaty. I'm going to give the Marks and Spencer mulled wine 7 out of 10 elves. Elves on the shelves. I hate elf on the shelf. Who started that? That's such a dumb idea. Anyway, I get too passionate about elf on the shelf. What did I say? 7 out of 10. Fine. Done in a pinch. £5 really is not that expensive for a bottle of mulled wine. You don't have to do it yourself. You just heat it up. It would probably be nicer if you put your own oranges in it. That might make it a bit more flavorful, but otherwise it's fine. So let's carry on finally to our last mulled wine contender. And finally, of course, we have Tesco mulled wine. This is 5.5%, so it's on the lower end. But guess how much this was? It wasn't 5 pounds. It wasn't 4 pounds. It wasn't even 3 pounds. You can buy this at Tesco for £2.25. That's right, £2.25. Shocking. Shockingly cheap, although it is less strong, so there's less wine in it. Fair. But how does it taste? That's what we're here for. Cheers. Not bad, you guys. Not bad at all. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm already saturated with mulled wine, but it does taste more watered down. Is that in my mind? I don't know. Do you guys know what this tastes like? If you buy Tesco, does it taste a bit watered down? But it's so cheap. It's shocking. And to be honest, I don't think it's that different from our last one, which was Marks and Spencer. Okay, now I'm just getting confused. It does taste less strong. Certainly that's the case. That's true. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, shout out to my girlfriends. We do a true crime podcast called Murder Friends. I think Anna bought us these mugs years and years ago. Cheers. Go check us out if you like true crime. Otherwise, what do we give this Tesco wine? I'm going to give it 4 out of 9 children crying on Santa's lap. It's perfectly fine, but it is not strong and it does not have a wine taste. It kind of tastes like you'd give it to your kid, you know, maybe just to quiet them down a bit. Can I say that? It's too late. It does taste watered down. It does have a nice flavor, but it's not very strong or wine-y tasting. All right, that's from me, a professional. So those are some of the most popular British mulled wine types. What would you call that? The most common mulled wine bottles in the UK. I don't know. Pick a title. Alanna editing this will have to just deal with this. You can pick a title later. Anyway, which one is the best one? Honestly, I'll tell you right now, no word of a lie. It's my own, which I was not expecting. I'll be honest. Oh my God, don't get it on your sweater. Okay, so I only spilled that on my face and my legs, and thankfully not the jumper. God bless. I don't remember what I was saying, but if you can be bothered making your own mulled wine, honestly, this tastes so much better. I'm shocked. I really didn't think there'd be much of a difference. And plus, I butchered the recipe. If you watch that video on Patreon, I do not stick to it at all. And yet I still created something that I think is way better than the others. And I'm going to say it, all right? I'm going to toot my own horn. Yum. Now, what would be next? I have them all down here, but if you didn't realize that already, they're all down here. I think Waitrose is also very tasty. The most expensive next to mine, but you do notice a difference. Then we're gonna go to Marks and Spencer. Perfectly middle of the road. Tastes like mulled wine. Not too expensive. A good choice. Then we are going to finish with Co-op. Co-op is way too cinnamony. Cinnamony. It's just too much. If you like cinnamon, then you'll love it, but it's too strong. Too strong. Co-op, are you listening? Lower it with the cinnamon, all right? You're shouting in cinnamon. You don't need to be. And I think finally the least impressive is the Tesco one that we had at the end. It is by far the cheapest, but it just tastes a bit watered down. Although, to be honest, I think this is better than Co-op. I changed my mind. Co-op is the worst. You're too cinnamony. Cinnamony. You're too cinnamony. You're last. Sorry, pal. You messed that one up, didn't you? But Tesco is second last. It's just a bit watered down, but it does have nice flavors. Okay? Am I recording? If I'm not recording, I swear. So thank you so much for joining me on our discovery of the best British mulled wine. Mine, but since you can't buy that, go ahead and give Waitrose a try. Definitely better than all of these by a good margin. So that I am very excited to continue drinking. Thank you so much for watching. If you do want to check out my Patreon, it would help a lot. If you don't want to spend any money, simply subscribing or giving my video a thumbs up, or even just leaving a comment. You can just say, this is a comment. That's fine. YouTube loves it. I love it. And you help me out without spending any money. All right? Just from one person to another. One of those people is filled with mulled wine. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a lovely Christmas. This year's been strange. That's very true. But I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope it's filled with mulled wine and food. Because the Brits do Christmas food on point. All right, I gotta stop talking. One more sip for the road. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye! To be honest, I got nothing else to do today. So I'm gonna sit down here, I'm gonna maybe watch a Christmas movie, and I'm gonna get a move on all these mulled wine bottles. Get a move on. Is that the right thing to say? It really doesn't matter.